it's Melissa. In this video, we are going to get to know the STS XPD 724. So this is a 24-inch wide DTF printer, and I just got it set up. It's been printing. It's actually pretty easy to get going on, but there are a couple of things that I want you to know before you start printing. So we're going to take a closer look at this. I'm going to show you some of the things inside, some of the things I kind of ran into during the setup, which, by the way, your dealer will be helping you set up. There's some things that need to be done on the computer with the Flexi Designer that it comes with, but if you also run into trouble, STS is happy to help as well. So a couple of things, though, that I want to point out, and you will then be off and running, and of course I will have a first print video for you coming up after this. Okay, so while you are setting up, and what happened to me is while I was setting up, I got to this point where I turned on the printer and it just kept beeping. Beep, 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 beep. It didn't want to do anything else. And what turns out is there was, and I've taken it out since, but there was a little piece here that was screwed in, and I have a picture of it so that you can see. And if that happens, then the print head can't move and it kind of just stops everything. So that comes during shipping, so you just want to make sure that you remove that, okay? So that was one thing that I definitely wanted to point out. Now, the other thing that I want to point out, and before I get to anything in here, I want to show you on the side. Most printers have, like, you know, where you can raise the roller bar. So typically it's like somewhere in this area. This one is not. For the 724, it's actually on the side. So I just want to point that out to you. Okay, so over here, this orange button here, actually it's a lever, it goes in and out. It actually controls the roller bar. So while I pull this out, I want you to watch what's happening up there. That this is raising up and lowering down, okay? So that, you saw my film got retracted, fell out of there because the roller bar was lifted up. So while you're loading the film, you need to have this orange button to basically back, okay? And to push it down, you need to have it to the front. Now I'm going to show you how to load in a minute, but there's something else that I want to show you. So when my printer came, I needed to adjust a couple of these little orange clips inside. Okay, so you want to make sure that all of these are in the same position. If you have one or two, which I originally had two of them, that were very obviously not in the same position, they were kind of like facing like more like up, then you want to very gently, while the roller bar is in the up position, reposition it. I'm going to try to get a very close shot so you can see, but on each side of these is a little black tab, and there's a little indent in this orange piece also that it needs to go around. So these should be, that should be under there carefully. Now, don't yank this if you do need to reposition them, because they seem to be pretty delicate. Okay, you're also going to want to make sure when you're loading, obviously, that you load from the back. Now, I'll show you the position of the roll as well, but you've also got these two silver guides here. They run freely. You're going to position them basically after you pull your media through, but they need to be tight, not tight, but right against the edge of the media. Okay, so now you've got your roll on here. There's two sides. The gray piece needs to be on the left and the black on the right. I will tell you that the way that this Ethernet, the position of the Ethernet is kind of not the best. Same with the power. It really kind of gets tied up with the roll here, so just be aware of that. So the shiny side, if you're pulling it towards you, should be facing up so that when you load it through the machine, the shiny side is down. And then what you're going to do is you are just going to load this in here, and it's going to come out the front. Now, you want to make sure, and we'll deal with this in a second, that there's no slack on this. You do not want slack like this here. All right, so here's the media. It has now come through. So what we're going to do is we are going to adjust. You got to hold it into place, and you're going to adjust the silver pieces so that they are over the edge, the one on both the right and the left. Okay, once you get it into place, you are going to press that orange side button. You're going to twist it again, and this is going to lock down the roller bar. Okay, so now your media is in place. You can see it's under the clip here, and same thing on the left side. Okay, and now we need to return to the back and make sure that there is no slack in our film. There is actually some slack in this film, so we don't want that. So we need to roll the roll so that it tightens that up, okay? And then from the software, when it loads does its initialization, it will create its own slack, the proper amount of slack, okay? Now, I will also tell you, the other thing that you're going to want to know is that you are going to get 8 ink cartridges with the STS. So they're all numbered. They all obviously also have a color on them. So black, cyan, magenta, yellow. Those go up here on the left side, okay? So just match those. Over on the right side, you also have 4 slots. Those are going to be 2 whites and 2 clears, cleaning cartridges. So the white is going to go in these 2. And then what you have here is spot 7 and spot 8. And each of those actually has a number on it. So cleaning solution 7, you need to make sure goes into spot 7. And then this one says cleaning solution 8. You need to make sure that goes in cleaning solution 8. Another tip that I want to point out if you are new to the STS 724 is if every morning when you go to start up your printer and do your daily nozzle check just to make sure it's running well, you need to, before you do that, you need to take the white cartridges out of the slots and shake them upside down for about a minute, okay? This is going to take the printer out of sleep mode. Otherwise, it's just going to stay in sleep mode. Now, if it continues in sleep mode, even after you've done both of these, do the other 6 cartridges as well, shake those as well, and then you should be good to go in the utility to send that nozzle check through. All right, you guys, I hope that gives you some good tips and tricks to get started with your 24-inch STS, and I will, of course, have lots more videos, including how to get your first print going. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. All of my links for everything that we talked about, including the computer that I'm using, how the best bundles on this STS, and if you're looking for one-on-one help, all of that stuff is in the description below. Make sure you subscribe as well so that you get all of my videos. I have lots of videos on DTF and sublimation and vinyl cutting, eco-solvent, laser printing, everything that you need to run a custom shop, you got it here. See you guys.